Hello all, hope you is good. Welcome back to Europe Universalis 4 with France. So, last episode was more of a drill and chill. We were kind of recovering from, well, fighting everything permanently. But I am now starting to get manpower value back. You can see I'm actually at 74,000 manpower. It's nice not to be at zero permanently. So this army needs a new general. I'm not going to take the crappy one. And let's just disband that actually. I'm not a fan. Goodbye. And yeah, I just need to... I'm basically trying to build up to my new endgame template of 60040 that I made. And we are hurtling through to Tech 21 at the moment for furnaces. Because coal will appear in 50 years time. And really I just want dip 23 for imperialism, admin 22 for the next idea group, and then just keeping up on meal tech. That's really the current operation objectives when it comes to battles and wars. I want to wait for the Austria-Hungary truce to come back around in 5 years' time. Portugal joined a coalition. There's not much of a coalition. I recorded it. What? Try again. Sorry. I went on record to say that it's a coalition and that it would crumble and peter itself out, but that's not the case yet. But hey. I've got 300,000 more units to build. I'm nowhere near my force limit. Wow, it's 944 now. When I last looked at it, it was like 850. So my force limit's going up pretty rapidly, honestly. Let's turn this 6k into a 60040 stack. Grab another general, which should now appear. My Peru is giving me quite a lot. Thanks, Peru. Now you're catching up. It's not just Mexico pulling in the big numbers. And let's see here. Everybody's fully loyal, with the exception of Louisiana. Not a big issue. And Commonwealth? No. I'm going to have to start cutting ties with you soon. Because the plan will be to attack Austria-Hungary again, border Commonwealth, and take Commonwealth through to Russia. I think I said last time that I want to try and keep my borders looking relatively neat. Which I can't do that if I just take random bits. Oh yeah, last time I also took out the Knights and Venice. Let's see here. Every single one of my separatists takes 5 sword mana to harsh treatment down, thanks to having over 100% reduction. So basically I've hit the floor, which is pretty neat. And yeah, 2 more diptychs to go. 1 more diptych gives me the stock exchange, which is going to be brilliant for my trade. And then I can go for land clearance, but what about if I instead... costs 50 to centralise. And I'm earning how many a month? 1.6 a month. Might just spend my admin at some point for other means that isn't tech. Just to keep it cheap. Even though that is production efficiency, which will push up my overall income by quite some bit. So maybe it might be worth it just to tech up now. Let's see if I hit 1,000 income a month from just a little bit extra production efficiency. Be able to tell when it swaps over the month. Let's see here. We're sighted at the end of the game for 5,500 ducats. Yes, please. I'm also going to stop myself from having to take out a loan by taking out corruption loans. It's only corruption. Then I'm just going to lose prestige there. And then I think I have some more forts I need to improve. Yeah, let's improve some of these forts up. So it's kind of a case of not only are my units super strong, but my forts are fairly impenetrable. Which is kind of nice as a combo. And let's see here. The final two ideas, who cares which ones I take? And I do mean age bonus there. Yeah, I'm floating around this 950 to 980 mark. So that needs to be improved. Australian noble rebels. Nah, that's fine. You're alright, you carry on. Also, from the land I gained in the war versus the Ottomans, it needs to be statified. Let's work on that a little. I have been bringing my gov capacity down quite a bit. You can see that it's allowing me, it's saying you can make states, as in i.e. you're actually under your gov cap enough to be able to do so. So yeah, let's just statify up the other stuff. Now I can spend some admin on that. That will strengthen me up. I mean, at this point, strengthen me up is kind of, you know, it's nice, but like I'm already pretty strong. Let's take the Tower of London first, and then Belgrade is level 1. How about no? Triggervoss needs to upgrade it too. And I would like to seize land. And yes, I have completely gone off the idea of attacking into Africa, mostly because it was a filler gap for what I'm now about to do, basically. I know, I could get more and just send around more trade, but honestly, meh. So that right now, just meh. Brilliant. Tactics and shock. Everyone's leaving the coalition because I'm gone up a tech. And I am big and scary. You do not want to mess with me. Everyone's leaving the coalition. And then uniform regulations. Very nice. Increased all my materials. Is there a province that's better than Bordeaux? Normally how Poitou is. 68. 69 in Milan. Nice. Yeah, I think it's Milan I'll take there. Slightly less attrition. And now I can take economic hegemon, and over time it will add to my goods produced and stuff, so it will solidify me even further into hegemony, which is super nice. And plus, of course, when I get the 100%, there'll be extra gov cap. But again, my gov cap use is going to absolutely shoot right down, even when I begin taking more of this land. Let's centralize Aragon, and I'm just going to work down the list as I go, basically. Should only centralize states in states where I have every province, so that should be fine. Anyway, let's drill with the 100k, and then I need to start grabbing the remaining stuff for the other stacks. So let's grab these all up to 100k. Bear in mind as well, me grabbing all these units will stop anybody from wanting to claim the military hegemony, because they have to be the highest army size in the world. And well, that ain't happening. That's mine. So I'm technically 2 hegemonies, but you can only claim 1. Also, being a hegemony absolutely skyrockets your points. Final score is multiplied by 200% as being a hegemon increases it. So there you go. People in the HRE are doing their various bits. I couldn't care less. I do want to take all of Switzerland. Switzerland. Hold on. Why is Switzerland not in the Empire? What's going on? Is the Empire just like falling apart on its own accord? Are people just like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this? They are. Switzerland's out. So let's grab Switzerland. I also want Geneva, but yeah. And again, there's enough nations around for me to be able to grab the spreading of revolutionary ideas when it comes to 1700. I want Switzerland and Geneva though for the borders. I want the borders for borders' sake. War on the Empire. See, I've got War on the Empire against Geneva. Also, Geneva's part of the Empire and Norway will protect them. Norway. That's a rather obscure emperor for the moment. And look at this. There's still no gold province in Brazil, which is crazy. Also, manufactories, thank you very much. Adds good produce modifier, so even more money to make sure I'm 100% as a hegemon. And now I don't really need to worry about it unless something drastic happens, like all my land gets occupied and I have to give a whole bunch of stuff away in a peace deal. But no, that won't be happening. Mostly as a result of me snowballing. So with the excess armies I'm creating, I am up to 825 of my 970,000 force limit. Pretty nice. So maybe I want another stack on top of this. For now, let's put this one to 100k too. One went in Madrid. That's the finisher of El Escorial. Let's see if I can't start working more on the other one. Unless that one's already at max level. It's in one of these provinces. Here we go. Alferio Palace. Every level of our Inquisitor advisor will grant us the following reward. Establish local organisation cost. Well, France doesn't get local organisations. That's an Iberian mechanic. Not a French mechanic. We had our mechanic earlier in the game. The appanages. Right, this is a level 2. I do not need that to be a level 3. Yeah, they're asking me to only upgrade level 2s right now. Not within my sphere of influence. Sphere of interest. It is within my sphere of influence. So, truce with Austria-Hungary, 1658. My yapping is helping us bring us to that date as fast as possible. And yeah, look, everyone in the coalition's just gone. What's this about? I'm not bothered about the Netherlands. Remember when they broke free and I just took them again? So my spy network with the Ottomans was discovered. That's a shame. And I now have 36 gov reform. When I hit the age of revolutions, I think I'll be swapping over to regional councils. So I've got another 50 years basically of centralising the stuff. Also, my fleet does have enough transports in it to facilitate my stacks. That's good. When I get 100k manpower, I might just literally ask it to build one over here, so I don't actually have to worry about it. Speaking of worrying, how about the rebels? Harsh treatment. Harsh treatment. Also, I could just accept. Oh no, that wouldn't turn me Orthodox because I'd need to have half of my land converted. That almost could have been a yeetable moment, but no. We'll leave things as they are. Summon this diet. Savannah is owned by France. I don't need to fight Kilwa right now. I'll say that the religion in Sofia is going to be Catholic. It's not far down the list. So, I can't do any more mercantilism. Let's forgive usury. And now all of my spare papal influence I'll probably use on truce breaks. As in I can get myself to 0 stability with admin, and then I can spend papal influence to cover the rest after I truce break. So I could attack Austria-Hungary, take 100%, truce break immediately, use papal influence to cover the cost. And that's going to be nice. Even though, quite honestly, I'm surprised that Chicken Nuggies the 14th is still going. Mind you, it's mostly because Francois is actually living quite a while here. Bear in mind that when Francois dies, I will not lose any stability for monarch death, thanks to the court and innovative policy. I mean, my stability doesn't really matter at this stage, but, you know, it's nice to have while it's just a convenient extra. Let's put a claim in Bern. So it's allied to Frankfurt, Thuringia, and Landshut. Not for Wingia. Landshut. They're an OPM now. So let's grab 1, 2. Thuringia are in here. I mean, it will probably ask me to undo all of them, or did I? Okay, raise maintenance during war is still off. Fantastic. That should be enough army stacks to deal with the rest. Let's get started on Switzerland. Then I might be attacking Geneva after. We'll see. There's still quite a few nations, as I say. So I'm not too worried about the revolutionary stuff right now. I'm just bothered about the ability to become revolutionary. I'm not sure how secured it is, even as France. Hopefully very secured. Go, promising general, probably absolutely terrible. No, not actually that terrible, but I don't want them. Make that make sense. So anyway, let's grab another claim on something. Spy network of 30, you say? Also, hold on. I wanted to declare war on Switzerland just before my Austria-Hungary truce. How about I focus on Austria-Hungary first, then jump to Switzerland? I mean, I know I could pretty much just do it all at once, but maybe having a bit more thought in there would be a good consideration. So how about I bring this to, say, Ferrara? And yeah, let's actually bring everyone else in, say, September or so, round towards Austria. They're allied to... Also, when I say Austria, I do mean Austria-Hungary, of course. Brandenburg, Mainz, Palatinate, Netherlands and Constance. I'm surprised Brandenburg are willing to still be their ally, considering they took their ex-capital. Ooh, next year Brandenburg actually lose their core on Berlin. Interesting. I suppose you could say it's Berlin-interesting. Ha, got him. So let's drill here. Grab this, and as I say, I will be going to war against Austria in a moment. We want Doge's Palace to level 3, please. That'd be great. I have 55 Gov Reform, you know what that means. Let's grab, say, the Auvergne. Hold on. I need to organise it in amount of dev. So let's concentrate centralise the Lombardy state. There we go. That's a better idea. Do it by expense of the state, not just randomly nilly-willy for no reason. That'd be more logical. Also, I said in September, let's start moving these troops around. Just so they're down and in position. Ready? Hold on. I can't fight Austria-Hungary without a CB. Oops. That was clever. Let's just fight Switzerland then. You know what? Let's just undrill and just fight Switzerland. Also, I'm going to turn back on automatic raise maintenance during war. Okay, that was a whole load of nothing. I know it'll only take a few months to make a claim on Austria, but this is not exactly a long war, is it? So get everyone in position. Not just 100% Switzerland. They're not going to be worth too much. So declare war. Take ban. Don't care about their allies. I don't even care about my allies. I'm just going to ignore the Commonwealth's cries to join in. My brother in Christ, you really don't need to do that. Austria-Hungary asking for access. You can have it for whatever reason you want it. And also Austria-Hungary isn't giving anyone else access just yet. So nobody else can really push in. Frankfurt, Landshut and Thuringia. I can get into Frankfurt actually. But even at like no morale, my army's pretty much destroying Switzerland right now. Marvellous. There's not much in it really though, is there? So let's go to Thuringia. Or let's not go to Thuringia because I don't have access. Nor do I have access to Landshut. No. Okay, I don't have access to Landshut. I lost 1k against Frankfurt. Damn. Anyway, let's upgrade the Doge's Palace. I mentioned it. So let's do it. Doge's Palace. Gives me the extra reform progress that I'm after. As I say, I just want to be able to centralise quite a few states before I change the stuff over. I don't even need to change it over, but honestly having the goods produced at that stage of the game is pretty nice, just for fun and conveniences. Although, as I say, I could just keep it on. It's not doing anyone any harm. And I forgot that I can swap over to Musketeers of the Guard. But honestly, it just adds force limit percentage. I'm not fussed. I have plenty of Musketeers. To be fair, I've got plenty of units. They're all just kicking butt, to be quite honest. Let's... Oh, I've already got a manpower modifier. So let's have these guys continue to drill. And it might be worth my time to reapply the slackening recruiting standards. I'm at 80% professionalism, maybe not. Also, that's another centralised state complete. Marvellous. Keep them rolling. I lose 40 paper mana from my discretions or whatever. No, stop asking me to call in my allies. I'm not going to do it. Also, I'm not going to be putting on Machiavellism reign, even though I plan to truce break a few times here. I'd rather have the Liberty Desire reduction and the harsh treatment cost from the other one, if I'm honest. Doing me quite well up to this point, so I have no necessity to change that matter. So yeah, I just want a claim from Austria and then we'll go. Obviously once this war is complete, just to make sure there's no funny business. And yes, that means I'll be declaring war on Austria while I'm already at a 73,000 manpower deficit. So do I just slacken recruiting standards and just say screw it? I don't know. That's another siege for me. And let's ignore them to keep my powers. And yeah, I'm 400 under my gov cap. So I could expand admin in a lot of provinces that are good then. For instance, let's go with the obvious of Paris itself. The most protected province in the empire. Don't need to put a fort on it though, clearly. I'm learning from the AI. Never put a fort on Paris. I will probably just spiral out forts from Paris though and get the next ring and the next ring and the next ring until eventually everywhere is covered in forts. Could be humorous and just have everything with the exception of Paris. Let's also work on... You know what? I'll do it in between episodes. I'll let my money stack up for now. I think we'll run to the end of this war, quote unquote war, for this episode. To be fair, I might not even be able to finish it properly, because I won't be able to get access to the little guys. You know what, let's bring these three here. Mine's the Palatinate, Netherlands and Constance. Right, so these three probably stay around here because they're going to attack mines and the Palatinate, I think. Can't get to Thuringia. Nor Landshut. So I might just start the war versus Austria. Yeah, I won't be able to fully piece out this war just yet. So what I'm instead going to do is let's just get my armies moving to the right directions. I'll make that claim on Austria-Hungary and just declare war when I need to. Because again, I want all of Switzerland here. I'm not just wanting half-baked pieces. Let's get this one fully done. Plus then I'll take out Geneva, because then that would just be locked in between my lands and that would be an eyesore. Again, I kind of need to focus on good looking borders for the rest of the campaign. Taking Switzerland and not Geneva would just be weird. For appearance's sake. Excuse me. Apologies. My natural scientist has left. I think they were one that was pretty cheap, so that's a little bit of a shame, but anyway, let's grab Augustine here with the cool portrait. I can't make him a level 5 is the only problem. Maybe I need to fix that. Maybe I need to get someone else who can be trained as such. Transylvanian separatists, Wallachian separatists, all being stopped. Let's wait for these guys to get in position, then I'm just gonna declare when I can, of course. Switzerland. Will you give me all of your provinces, please? We demand their full annexation. They actually would do it very soon. So So everything I just said, throw it out the window. But that's okay. I want to keep this army. No, you know what? Let's just reset its position. So yeah, I will piece them out. I was going to say let's keep the war going to keep this in a good position for taking out mines, but no. Actually, yes. I'll wait. It's only another month or two, right? I gain 1.3 every month, so that will put me at 19.91. Then the month after that will be the trigger. And yes, I'm waiting on the treasury, don't worry. I'll do that in between episodes. We won't be doing it. I won't be doing it on cam per se. Just to make things easy, but just know that I'm using the money in between for probably just like income stuff and manpower and just spreading the love. Probably get Doge Palace. We'll see. But the thing is that a lot of late game EU4 is looking at the building screens until you get bored of looking at them. Quite honestly. And don't worry, I'll be fixing this Ottomans board before the end. Even when I complete the 2 achievements, I'd still like to somehow finish off clean looking borders. To a relative degree. But I suppose beauty is the eye of the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I suppose. Let's just claim Lians, that will do. So Austria-Hungary declare war. Take Lians. I'm not calling in the Commonwealth, I refuse. Let's deal with these guys. With just about everything I've got. Is everyone on the move? Except for those in Switzerland. Yeah, so Switzerland can be on the move. I think Constance is in a war of mine. Yes, they're in this war specifically with Austria. Let's set everyone in. Good. Then I can peace out. Excuse me, diplomat. Can you come back? Peace out Switzerland. Nearly, but not quite. That's okay. We'll end this episode off anyway. That's what I was going to say. Peace out Switzerland, end the episode and we'll call it here. But yeah, so next time I'll wrap this up and then we'll carry on with the, well, start with the war I just declared on for. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed and I'll catch you in the next one.